Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a tier 8 game in my Orkan, going over the matchmaking threats to my ship. The enemy Vesser. No radar threats. Kagero, Zen-Yang, and Shiratsuyu wrap up the destroyer threats. Um, so I apparently forgot to post a video that I had made way back in the day when this ship was released, and somebody recently asked in the comments section if Orkan was a buy or not, and could have swore that I posted the video. And when I looked it up, right now what I'm doing, I'm just showing you guys how the all the turrets are 360 degree. So even though they may be a little bit slow, it's not nearly as bad as you might think, because everything is, you know, relatively quick to bring on target because all three turrets rotate 360 degrees. So anyway, thought I had a video done. Apparently, I forgot about it, and not even sure what happened to it because I know I recorded a video at one point. But to sum up this ship, yes, she is a buy. I call her my miniature Smaland, and I basically play her like a miniature Smaland. So just coming up here right now, if you're noticing, I am running my Smaland Captain on it with AFT instead of Concealment Expert, and I'm just relying on the fact that with matchmaking giving me a 4DD cap, I'm going to be able to radar and beat up most of the DDs that I'm going to come across over the course of the battle, and that pretty much eliminates any concealment concerns I might have by not taking Concealment Expert. Just dropping some Make-A-Wish torpedoes there. The torpedoes reload really fast. They are, you know, typical European destroyers, torps, with low alpha, a fast reload, an okay flood chance. But I want to push up here and basically get some spotting in because this is two brothers, and if the enemy team decides to go the other way, you need to know about it as soon as possible, because this map, the way the main island configurations are laid out, it can be an issue. So I do pop up on the screen with the enemy Kagero out spotting me. Just going to counter spot him with radar. The Kagero does shoot at me, and that really makes this a lot easier because as my radar is ticking down right now, he would be dropping off with losing about a third of his HP, except now that he's shot, he's going to lose almost half. And I've kited into this sort of position back here. The Kagero shot once and stopped, so I'm expecting torpedoes, and so I'm just angling at that angle where I expect torpedoes to come, and voila, they all miss. Now I have managed to sneak myself into an interesting position back here behind the island. I'm able to stealth fire. That tells me nothing's out here on the 10 line yet, and this Kagero, nothing basically is anywhere in here. So I'm just going to use and abuse this position back here, plus these battleships. I'm close enough to the islands. The battleships can't shoot over the islands even if I was spotted. And just going to cycle through these battleships, get some, try to get fires on as many of these battleships as I can. I was focusing the Fuso. I wasn't sure if he damage control one fire or if a fire had just burned out. So I was focusing that guy to try to get a fire back on him because he's going to disengage and go behind this island. I'd like to get as much fires into him. That way it's more and more that he's got to try to repair. So I do get a fire on the Kansas. I switch to the Duke of York. Gonna check this Fuso just before he goes behind this island. It looked like one fire ticked out, and just throwing some shots back in here. Now I do get spotted. That tells me something could be either back in here are right in here. So I'm going to try to, I'm going to start moving more in behind this island. And I'm just going to maintain this angle because if anybody torps through here, it's going to be easier for me to dodge. You can see I'm starting to take that position right now to put this island between me and a torpedo boat up in here. And I'm just moving around to see where these guys are going to get spotted. And you can look, I mean, these guns are just fantastic. They don't have the super fast reload that you have with the Smaland, but you do have 6 guns, and at tier 8, it's pretty solid. Shiratsuyu pops up, he just took a shot at me. That tells me also that torpedoes are likely on the way. So I'm just going to keep backing up, because the Shiratsuyu should only really open up like that if he's trying to distract somebody when torps are on the way. Now, the Shiratsuyu hasn't torped, so I'm assuming that he's got torpedo reload. So I'm just going to push through this smoke and just resume spotting because my Akatsuki is sticking in the smoke. He's been letting me farm a lot of fires right here. So I'm just rotating out here. You smoked up, you can shoot a bit, I'll spot. It's all teamwork. Gonna poke out here because I know that there's this New Orleans back here. And I'm waiting a second to see if, bingo, if I could pick up a DD rather than burn my radar. Taking some shots at this Kagero. I am popping my repair because I'm expecting this New Orleans to hit me, but he misses. I do pop my radar. And Kagero, he takes a shot at me, and that's pretty much going to seal the fate of this Kagero. I'm just going to start kiting out and just try to bleed this Kagero dry. A mistake here, I should be popping my engine boost now. Try to mitigate the amount of damage coming in with my engine boost, but I didn't do that at this moment in time, and that is a mistake. I do pick up the kill on the Kagero, and I'm just going to kite back to safety. There's my speed boost. Better late than never, I guess. So we've got kind of an idea where the Shiratsuyu is. That New Orleans, for whatever reason, is trying to bow tank up there. And I'm just going to circle back in. My repair party's almost back off cooldown. That means that's another window of opportunity I can play relatively aggressive against an enemy DD. Spotting some Shiratorps coming in here. And really thinking about just using the smallest, like the super fine torpedo setting to try to put a torpedo into this New Orleans. If you look, you only have one rack of 4 torps, but just like the European DDs, you can get a really tight torpedo spread here. Now here, I'm just trying to bait this New Orleans into turning out or something to try to shoot me before I duck into this island. And I'm basically going to resume what I'm doing here and just applying some pressure to these battleships. Trying to see if there's a little happy spot that I can find where I'm able to drop off detection. That's not happening right now. And there we go, there it is. I went on ahead accelerated. I wasn't sure at the split seconds if that Florida had actually took a shot at me or not. But I'm basically deciding I'm going to kite out. This New Orleans is rushing the island. And if he's got hydro or something, I don't want to deal with being spotted when I may not want to be spotted. So I'm just going to take my chances kiting out and, you know, trying to avoid as much gunfire as I can. This game is really close. Got 2 fires on the Florida. I know that 30-second damage control is going to be wearing off here in a bit, The New Orleans has gone down, so I'm going to circle back around and try to get some follow-up damage on this Florida. I'm ignoring the Shira which shot at me. Again, I'm assuming there's torpedoes in the water, but it's a really good opportunity to get some pressure on this Florida. I think he's going to kite out having his repair down. And I was slowing up right at the edge of these islands. I was going to use them as a torpedo shield. We got 2 unrepairable fires. Me and a teammate gets one on the Florida. I've got another on the bow, and then apparently my sacrifices to the pagan gods pays off because I haven't had that good a fire chance since the captain rework ever. And I'm just happy as hell to let those 3 fires, do their thing. And take a look here. My torpedo prediction is on. And pick up a torpedo hit and burn out the Florida. So if you look, engine boost is going to be back here soon. I've got radar, got my repair. Gonna push up a bit. Gonna play a little bit aggressive and start leveraging my consumables against these guys right now. My Akatsuki is getting really aggressive, making a push towards the enemy base. It's too early for that. He does take out the Shiratsuyu, which is going to clear the path for me to work my magic. Was thinking about torpedoes, but with the Fuso kiting away and the Duke of York being so low HP, I'm just going to go to guns, pop my engine boost, and just keep open water gunboating. Again, the sacrifices to the RNG gods are paying off. Just gonna switch targets on this Fuso. Trying to bait this guy into shooting me, just being a target that's moving at inconsistent speeds there. See the shot, I'm already slowing down. Those shots are gonna pass in front of me. Now, what I'm playing out in my head, we're still down ships. We've got a ship that's gonna be stepping on our base. We're down points. And I'm making the decision, do I push south and try to make sure that my base stays open, or do I continue to apply pressure here? This is the X factor. We don't know where these 3 ships are, if they're coming down, if they're going middle, or if they're reinforcing the flank. So I decide, you know what, they've got the they've got the battleship that low. I'm just gonna poke up here, and I'm looking to see, what can I see around this corner, and also this Fuso, he's repaired 2 fires, so good damage dealing window of opportunity right here. And the Fuso, he's getting frustrated trying to hit me, so he's throwing shells all around. He does get a couple good guesses right there with a couple hits, but that's what I've got a repair party for. Throw a torpedo prediction out. Just gonna use this time during his reload. I'm looking at the mini map. Are they gonna be able to get this battleship worked down or not? See, the shots are coming in behind me. I'm just gonna go on ahead and accelerate. Again, you see the Fuso just throwing shots all over the place. And I do pick up two fires that are gonna cook for a bit of time on this Fuso. And I'm just going to circle back around. The enemy battleship has been put down by my team, and I'm going to circle back around and keep pressure on this Fuso. And I want to see what's going on here. So we do have the Eugen that I spot right there. It could have been my CV that spotted him. We also see the Zen Yang. Got 2 torpedo hits on the Fuso. That's a lot of pressure there. Unfortunately, he's repaired the fire. I want to stay dark because this Eugen is going to come around the corner. I don't want to be that close to an Eugen. He's one of the few ships in the game that's got fast enough guns that can really make a mess of me. Unfortunately, my Wichita was trying to do a turnout right in the middle of the Fuso dropping off a broadside, and he just got dumpstered. So this starts to become a really important interaction here between me and this Eugen. I do have an Amagi, but the Amagi is looking like he's going to try to push a middle. And, you know, a Hydro cruiser, particularly a German cruiser with the 27mm plating, it's going to be a lot harder for an Orkan or a European DD to deal with uh, if they've got Hydro up. Now here, I'm just telling my aircraft carrier he needs to get out of the way. There's nothing really stopping this guy from pushing. At best, my torpedoes can delay him, and what I'm doing, I'm trying to get the best angle that I can, as broadside as I can on this Eugen. I figure he's going to try to want to race right down this island as quick as he can to get into our base. And I'm going to try to flip this around on him, see if I can bait him into chasing me out here, and at the same time circle around. So if I can get on his cap before he gets on my cap, I might be able to force a situation where, you know, him or an ally has to come back and take pressure off my team. I do get lucky with the torpedo hit there, and just taking a look, the Fuso hasn't really recovered a lot of his damage there. He's been really worked over with just a non-stop fire pressure from me most of the game. So I'm just kiting back, and I'm looking to see, okay, what's this Eugen gonna do? And I'm watching him, and okay, he's gonna turn out. One thing with German cruisers, they do have a slightly sluggish rudder, so really fast torpedoes like you have on the European DDs, you can lead these guys effectively if you can get under 8 kilometers. And that's what you see me doing there. He's going to be trying to engage my Ranger in Strasbourg, and those torpedoes are pretty much on point. I'm looking to see if I'm going to catch him with 2. He's down low. I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to try to kill him with guns. He needs to die. I'm able to pick up the Eugen, and an ally takes out the Fuso. And that pretty much clinches this game. I basically was, going to be prepared to switch back to try to finish off the Fuso, but since an ally did it for me, now all that's really left is I'm going to step on the cap, freeze their points, just in the offhand chance that I've got an ally or two that gets nuked, detonates, or something like that, that I've done everything that I can to ensure that the points are going to be in our favor. I do spot the Wesser out in the distance. Actually, I think that was my CV that spotted him. And I'm going to slip over here, step into the cap, and just race up there and see what kind of damage I can do, because this game is ending and it would be nice to break 200k. So, do I like Orkan? Yeah, I like Smaland, so yeah, I like Orkan. It's a very unique play style that only those two ships really have it, and both of them are very strong. So yes, I consider this a ship that is very good for not only random battles, but also competitive. Just like you would bring a Smaland with certain comps, you can bring an Orkan and do very well for yourself. So I spot the Wesser, just going to go ahead and start farming this guy. Throwing perspective torpedoes out there, anticipating he's going to accelerate. Now, why I'm getting fires like that, my CV that originally spotted him had dropped him, apparently got a fire or something that caused his damage control to trip, and that's why I'm getting these unrepairable fires on the Wesser. They only burn for 10 seconds, but they will do a substantial bit of damage. We've got 18 seconds in the match left, and I'm just trying to get what I can. I don't want to get killed by torps. Just gonna pop my repair just in case. Just dodge these torps, and the game is going to end. Almost a million credits. That's always nice. 20 fires. That is absolutely ridiculous. All of my poor fire chance games. Apparently I was saving everything up for this game. But apparently that's the way it is sometimes. Taking a look at the damage, and I mean it's about typical. You're going to do a lot of fire damage. The flooding damage was a little low. Now, this is something. Take a look at your settings. Apparently, I ran low on one of these flags, and you know it charged me 4 doubloons. That could be something that was done in the patch. I don't know. But just if you guys want to make sure that you're not burning doubloons, just check your accounts because sometimes there's updates and stuff, and a setting could get changed, and it might actually cost you start costing you real money to resupply certain things. So other than that, this is Orkan. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. The invites to the community Discord as well as my Patreon if you'd like to support the channel will be below. And I hope you guys have a good night.